The city was growing restless. Graffiti bloomed like fire across the stone walls. Voices are not currency. Silent protests filled the squares, thousands standing mute, their silence louder than the rich man's speeches. Elara, her throat still raw, joined them. She carried no sign, only her silence, and in that silence, she realized something dangerous. If enough people refused to speak, the system would crumble. Words could not be taxed if no one gave them away. But the powerful man in the citadel saw the growing unrest. Sent his enforcers into the streets to find the source of the disturbance. They would snuff out this rebellion before it grew into something uncontrollable. Then came the spark. A child, no older than her brother, shouted into the crowd, voice high and trembling, "Why can't we be free?" The boy's implant glowed red. He fell to the ground, choking. Gasps spread through the silent mass. Elara knelt beside him, and for the first time in years, she spoke without counting the cost. "This has to stop." The word hung in the air, a tiny ember in the vast expanse of the plaza. But it was enough. A single spark could ignite a wildfire. The people around her began to whisper, their voices rising in anger. The enforcers closed in, their numbers growing, cutting off her escape. But Elara no longer cared about her own safety. All the rage and sorrow she had held for her brother, for her mother, for the countless others who had fallen, surged through her, lending her strength she didn't know she possessed. She stood, her voice echoing with newfound power. "We will not let them take our voices. We will not pay the silence tax." The crowd roared, taking up her words, their voices thundering through the square like a physical force. The enforcers, taken aback by the sudden eruption, hesitated, their weapons faltering. In that moment of distraction, Elara slipped past them, disappearing into the throng. She had ignited the fire. Now the people had to fan it into a blaze. She raced through the winding streets, adrenaline pumping, her lungs burning. She had to get to the citadel, destroy the source of the tax, the very heart of the system that had stolen her voice. As she ran, she heard the echo of the crowd behind her, their chants growing louder, more insistent. The people were on the move, and she knew they wouldn't stop until they had reclaimed what had been taken from them, until the silence tax was abolished forever.